So the Volkswagen Virtuous is one of our best of 2022. Joining me today to accept the award is Mr. Ashish Gupta, Brand Director, Volkswagen India. Ashish, welcome. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So the Virtuous is looking really striking behind you. First question is, are sedans back?
I think sedans never went out of fashion. Yeah, I think it needed a little bit of rejuvenation. It needed a little bit of bang, which the Virtus has provided. By the way, it is pronounced as Virtus.
Virtus,
that's
okay.
what we like to call it.
Okay.
So I think it's provided the spark that this segment needed with the vibrant colors, with the kind of engine and gearbox combinations that affords. So I think exactly the right kind of energy that needed to be infused into this segment.
And vibrant is the right word because all your colors are really vibrant.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, because there are various variants and there are various colors and options, what are the ones that people are really opting for right now?
I think the wild cherry red is in rage right now. Not something which I am very proud of, but there's almost a 6 to 8 months waiting period which I am fighting very hard to get down to 1 or 2 months. And hopefully in the next 1 or 2 months we will start making more and more customers happy. So definitely the wild cherry red is in high demand right now. The second one quintessentially in India is the white, right? So the white continues to fly high, but these two colors are very much in demand. But the good thing is that even the yellow and the blue are actually catching the customer's fancy, which is very, very refreshing to know from an Indian market perspective.
And it stands out on the road, so when you see one, you notice it. And from an engine variant point of view, which one is proven to be more popular?
Definitely the 1.5. The 1.5 with the DSG, again, not something very, very proud of, but there is a very long waiting period for it. And then, as I said, within the next 1 month, or in fact from this month, in fact, we will bring down the waiting periods to 1 or 2 months.
And the Virtus is not the only product that's making waves. The Taygun recently got 5 stars for global NCAP. So will your other products and the Virtus also follow suit?
We believe so. We believe so. I think one thing which customers are sure of with Volkswagen is that safety is never compromised. So we built all our cars ground up with safety as the centerpiece. And since these two cars on the same platform, I'm sure the customers can look forward to a similar result for the Virtus as well.
And you've always been known for performance. The GT line and the GTI cars have always been very popular. The Virtus, of course, being a sedan, already drives so well.
Yeah.
So it lends itself very much towards an even more performance-oriented version. Can we expect to see something like that in the future?
Wouldn't want to spill all the beans, but we do have something in the works. We want to keep our products fresh. We want to keep that excitement around the brand, I think, alive. We have repositioned the brand very heavily in the last 2 years with the vibrant colors you see, with the kind of engine options that we have brought in. And that is the road we would like to keep going ahead with performance versions, with different kinds of color combinations, maybe a matte version coming up soon. So those are the kinds of things we are working on.
And I must applaud you because Volkswagen India is probably the only manufacturer with a proper racing department.
Yeah.
So what is the future for that department and for racing for Volkswagen India?
I think we've been very clear that we were heavily present in the motorsports arena with the Polo Cup, right? But with the Polo going out, we have to also slowly make sure that we follow the path of the Polo end of production and bring the motorsports at least our involvement overtly down. Because right now we do not see a product which fits into the motorsports. But definitely the DNA and the heritage of the motorsports continues for Volkswagen, and at an appropriate moment, if it fits our brand strategy, we have to reconsider it.
And on the EV front, when does Volkswagen join the EV party in India?
We are already in India, but globally anyway, we are in the EV party. We are the party organizers actually. In India, I definitely see EV plans for India coming much faster than we anticipated. In fact, around similar time when we had interacted last year, I said that it is still far off. But in the last 1 year, very surprisingly, and I think a very good development, that electrification is really accelerated, pushed by regulation, pushed by the government, and pushed by the initiative shown by all OEMs. So definitely there is a lot of realization within India and our global board as well that electrification in India is the way forward, and we are working heavily on it. So I'm looking at electrification for the Volkswagen brand in India as a three-step approach, maybe bringing some products from our global portfolio as an FBU, going in next for local assembly, and then mass electrification, which anyway can be only through localization. That will happen only maybe by 2026, 2027, not before that. But before that, we definitely will establish an electric footprint.
And in EU already there was news saying that by 2035 they plan to ban all sale of ICE-powered vehicles. How does that affect global development, product development, and especially for a market like India?
No, see, if the global direction is changing, definitely, we also have to move with that direction. That is where the brand is heading. Our global CEO, Mr. Thomas Schaefer, has already said that his aim is to make Volkswagen a love brand again. And electrification is something which the company and the group is heavily investing in. So if the global direction is towards electrification, and we see India also progressing very fast on that. In fact, the latest forecasts say that by 2030 in India, 25% of the market will be electric. That's almost 1.2 million cars a year. So if you have to have a future in India, you have to make sure that you are in electrics, right? So definitely we will also adopt those global guidelines and the trends in Indian market. And this is our chance where it's a level playing field for everybody to take the leadership.
And you've had a very dynamic few years. What's in store, at least in the short term, 23 and maybe going into the next few years?
See, I think, the product portfolio is very fresh. The Tiguan is only 1 year old. The Virtus has just been launched. The Tiguan has just been launched. It will also celebrate its first anniversary next year. So there's a lot of, I would say, focus now on getting these products to the level they need, right? This year has been tough and challenging for us with all the supply constraints, but 2023 the visibility is better. The supply situation should be much better. So we have to heavily focus on these three cars and make sure that they reach their potential. Because these are big investments the group and the brand has made in India, and we have to make sure that they reach their potential. And then, of course, thinking about next portfolio, what is the next future, whether electric and what more products we can bring, is an ongoing process.
Well, the platform has proven to be very suitable for India and very successful. So thank you for joining us once again, and congratulations on the success.
Thank you so much. This means a lot. Thank you.